Pit Vipers on. Record is hit.
We're here.
Back in the Grove with the one and only Stormy P, aka Patrick.
It's here. We're here.
Yeah.
It's good to be here, guys.
Thanks for joining us, Pat.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me.
Anytime.
We'll get the obvious. Yes, we all work together. And that's,
Yeah, at the old joint.
That's at the old joint.
Yeah.
So that's the connection, but also other connections we have. These two are like proper Chicago boys. I'm something of an adopted Chicago boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
And,
accept you.
Yeah, you lived there for a little bit, right?
Yeah, up the shore, North
Right.
Shore, Chicago.
No.
And we're all in the kind of YouTube, social media game of
Yeah, content.
We're
Big
trying
time.
to
We're
make it
pushing
big.
it. We're pushing it. We're in our youth years still.
The start
We're
out
young at
phase.
heart.
generating and churning the content.
Oh, for sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
So anyway, Pat, you run the channel that we know most closely.
Originally was Stormy P.
Originally was Stormy P.
Yeah.
Lately it's called
It's the Stormy Project now, and it's actually an LLC. Stormy P LLC, stormyp.com if you want to check it out. The Stormy Project's actually what I've recently changed it to. I think it's more marketable. I think it's going to be a lot better. Hopefully going to come out with some merch in the next year or so. I'm really excited about that.
That's a cop, guys.
Hopefully
Stay
when
tuned.
it's there, I hope you guys cop it. Shout out to these guys, man. I appreciate you guys having me. Like seriously, these
For
guys
sure.
grind. Like they're really sick.
and we were just learning a little bit of green screen stuff. So
Yeah,
maybe
there might be a little green screen going on here. So
Nice.
who knows?
a little green screen mojo.
Yeah,
Some jellies floating by.
Could be a jellyfish behind us right now.
There could be a jelly.
Yeah, literally right now.
The jellies. The jelly.
Oh yeah. So originally, when I was looking to brand myself, I was looking for something that would be memorable, and I chose the jellyfish because I've always loved jellyfish, and I used to take vacations to the Outer Banks when I was younger, and I always just thought sea creatures were sick, but the coolest sea creature by far is the jellyfish. I mean, they're cool. They're neon. They're bioluminescent. You can't go wrong. So that's kind of why I chose that. They're like little sea aliens, really.
Bioluminescence.
Yeah,
Making a nice appearance
Yeah.
on Gritty Fish, dude. I love it.
That's a first for that word on here.
I think so.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Outer Banks. So you've been coming to North Carolina. You didn't just happen here then.
No. We used to take, my family and I used to take, every summer, we'd go with my mom's side of the family. So it'd be like 20 people. We'd rent out the whole house, and it would be like a big, sizable house. And it'd be right on the ocean. And he's going for the shades. He's reaching.
Alright.
It's only right. It's only right.
Only if you want. I'm
We'll
sorry.
get into why I'm wearing the Pit Vipers and everything, too.
Maybe not, but
That's alright.
Now we're looking gangster.
sorry to interrupt the Outer Banks talk. So is that, does your family have a particular connection to the Outer Banks, or is it
it was just like a nice vacation spot.
Started and
Yeah.
trend took off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's gorgeous there. If you guys have been there, you know. But if you haven't, definitely get it done. Check it off your bucket list. For
I
sure.
need to. I haven't.
You've never gone.
I've gone up to like New Bern and
Okay.
like some of the like southern parts of the Outer Banks, but I
Yeah.
haven't really like gone into the heart of it and
Okay.
been to like the true Outer Banks.
Great job.
Oh, it's so nice.
None of the barrier islands.
The dream is to have a house on the Outer Banks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The dream is there.
Good fishing.
So what is it of like the barrier islands versus the Outer Banks? Like, do you have any sense of like when the Outer Banks start and when like certain?
Geographically, no. I have
Okay.
no idea. I don't really know. I just know you have to take like a bridge to get there, and I know during like hurricane season it can get pretty bad there. So that's
Get
like
dicey.
it can get dicey for
The
sure.
weeds out the
It gets
scrubs.
stormy. It gets stormy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Stormy's peas a brewing.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let's go back to some Chicago talk. Then,
Alright.
born and raised.
Yeah.
In the
Yep.
okay.
Naperville, Illinois.
Naperville.
If you guys know of it.
You know, it's funny. I was reading a book this morning, and they were talking about like one of the customers was like, "Oh yeah, like Johnny from Naperville, Illinois." And I'm like, that is one of those like iconic like American towns.
Yeah, it's
That's-
big. It's big time.
yeah.
There's like over 100,000 people. There's
Yeah.
like 5 different high schools. It's big. It's definitely big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you were born in Chicago.
Yeah, South
Southside, no big deal.
I'm so used to saying that. No.
No, he's a burb kid. He's a
Yeah,
burb
I was born in Hinsdale.
Okay.
Not Southside. And then I was like on we lived in a street called Woodland Drive, so my parents would always call me a little woodland creature.
Little woodland. That's what we call Trav.
Really?
My dog, yeah.
A woodland creature?
Yeah, a little woodland critter.
And they'd tuck me in my little bed of leaves at night. So yeah, that's where I was, getting the spice cabinets.
How long did you live in Chicago as a kid?
Not long. We moved to Atlanta when I was 2.5.
Okay, so yeah,
But,
like
And then you lived in Michigan too.
Yeah, so I consider myself Midwestern, yeah. My like formative years were in Michigan, like 14 through like 18 or 19. So like when I developed as a dude was in Michigan, so that's why I remember most. I remember like actually becoming who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I consider myself like there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Michigan's home.
Yeah, but no, like Chicago. We got actually like in a few minutes. My Chicago family's coming here on campus. One of my cousins, Mia, she wants to tour the campus. She's getting ready.
Shout out UNCW. I haven't seen the campus here before. Today was the first time, and I'm impressed.
Go see.
I'm definitely impressed.
Cubs.
Very impressive. Very
Yeah.
impressive.
Come
It's
do
a-
some more school.
No.
So
No,
that
we're
was
not- no, we're not doing that.
Negative.
well, that was the funny thing because you was like, oh yeah, it'd be cool to go to school here, and I'm just like, well, you could. Like,
Yeah.
you
I
have
mean,
that
if I
opportunity.
were to go back to school, it probably would be around here, maybe UNCW. But that's
Yeah.
probably not going to happen.
Mm.
right. Well,
Unless I need to. Unless I absolutely have no other option. Which I don't see that happening in the foreseeable future, but things happen.
You've already got a degree, and that's more than most these days. I feel like.
Yeah.
heard. Okay, so little
Yeah.
Chicago talk.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Deep
you have
dish
a
pizza, by the way.
deep
Can't go
dish?
wrong. Like,
Best pizza ever.
yeah.
Chicago pizza over New
Prove me
York.
otherwise. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even argue it.
Wow, I love it.
They
I
try
love
to.
it.
Big Pat tries to. It's like, no, dude. Like,
Nah.
oh, it's a casserole. It's like, no.
It's a casserole.
It's a good casserole.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
a good cat. I don't
Like,
care
who
if it's a
doesn't like
casserole. It's
casseroles?
good.
Yeah. Like,
We love it out here.
Yeah, it is like lasagna.
Shout out his mom. She makes the best deep dish pizza, Chicago style. Unreal.
I was gonna say, I know your families have like maybe not pizza cook-offs, but
The
pizza
ties, yeah.
pizza
Yeah.
nights and
Yeah.
pizza community.
Yeah, if you haven't had it, Brian, you gotta try it.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. I was up there 4 years. Of course, I've had some.
Oh no, yeah.
Lose
The
and
hers,
oh yeah. No, I do need to hit up Karen to be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, I need to slice
we
it.
could
At some
probably,
point.
yeah. I need some in my life right now.
That'd be sorry. Yeah.
I could go for a slice right now.
Yeah.
Or two.
All right, so while we're like making our claims and staking our flags in the ground, like Chicago over New York pizza,
Chirac.
what about things like Cubs versus White Sox?
I've always been a Cubs fan.
Okay.
Yeah. My family's always been Cubs.
Yeah.
Go Cubs. They won yesterday, guys.
Oh yeah.
I did hear about that actually. Yeah.
Early moments of the new baseball season.
Yeah.
Jackson's
we
keeping
lost
track.
opening day, unfortunately, but hey, it's all right. It's a loss in the 10th. No biggie.
Oh dang.
It was a solid game.
Yeah, but Jackson, I feel like I know you love the Cubs, but I also feel like sometimes you try to play both sides. You're like, yeah, Sox are cool too.
I yeah, because they are from Chicago too.
Yeah, they're from the
And-
same city.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
they're my second favorite team. I know Gabe gives me all the shit about it. He's like, no, you can't like that. That's bandwagon. It's like, yeah, but I mean, the Cubs are always like, I will bleed red, white, and blue, but like,
USA.
yeah, that
America.
too.
Yeah.
I can't go wrong with the Sox. Like,
Well, but I feel like also you saying you're like a Midwestern boy. It's like
Yeah.
I know you rep the Blackhawks hockey sometimes.
oh,
But maybe
100%.
sometimes
That's
also
my favorite
Detroit
team.
Red Wings?
No.
No?
I
Okay.
cut it off when
Well, they're
it's-
huge rivals too.
Yeah,
I
You
know.
can't- You couldn't
that
do
I
that.
can't go with the big rivals like Detroit. Any Detroit.
That'd be like a
team-
Bears fan going to the Packers.
Right.
Yeah, no, that doesn't happen. We
Okay.
can't. Red Wings, Lions, like.
Is it true that they throw squids on the ice for
Yeah.
hat tricks?
I think that's like something else.
I think for hat tricks, I
Really?
think they do that.
Maybe
Yeah,
they
they
do
throw
squids,
squids
yeah.
on there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard that.
I don't know if you're joking. or
I'm not. I'm
No,
not
they-
kidding you.
Like
They throw-
actual live
Like
animals.
Well,
people
that's
will bring
good
squids.
friends.
Okay.
Like I don't know if they're alive or dead,
Okay.
but they were
Oh,
they're
they're
real
dead.
squid. They're dead probably. Yeah, and they'll throw them instead of hats.
It gets rowdy.
And wait, which team is this or which fan
The
base?
Red Wings.
Oh wow, okay.
I don't know why. There's no
Ooh.
squids in Michigan.
Yeah.
There's no squids, so
No.
I don't know why
How
they
did
would
they
do
even
that.
get their hands on it? They got the plug, the squid plug up in
Yeah, they
Detroit.
got that. Yeah,
There might be some weird creatures floating around in Lake Michigan at that
Oh,
part,
definitely.
or whatever the other lake is on the other side.
Like
Yeah.
the shark.
Yeah,
That was in
dude,
Lake
I-
Michigan that one time.
I don't even
Yeah,
know.
because technically Lake Michigan does connect through one canal to the ocean, but it's like crazy long. And I guess a shark wandered his way in or something.
Actually,
And
wow,
then
that's interesting.
This was years ago. I heard, and then he died. But
Poor guy.
I know.
R.I.P.
But imagine just like swimming Lake Michigan, just chilling, having a good time. Like, oh yeah, no sharks. And
Yeah, that's crazy.
that is.
Got that freshwater shark. That's terrifying.
I wonder if
That
I was
is
making
fair.
that up. I hope not. I think it was just. I think I saw it.
Well, I mean, I thought y'all were joking and just committed to the squid bit
Oh,
a
no,
moment
that's
ago,
real.
but
Like,
yeah.
no,
No, I look it
Hockey
up.
fans
We'll look
are
it up
the-
after this.
Yeah, they're the
Yeah.
weirdest fan base too. Like Carolina Hurricanes. I will actually rep them sometimes. I do mess with the Canes, but they like their like slogan is "bunch of jerks." Like it.
Red
that's-
Wings.
No, the Canes.
Why?
Oh,
That's supposed
okay.
to be mean?
I guess there's like, cause like everyone at the Canes game had shirts that were like "bunch of jerks." Like their fan base wants to be known as jerks. I guess.
They just want to be mean.
Yeah, it's like, okay,
That's
guys, like, hey, we'll just give you a slice of pizza and call it a day. Like,
Yeah.
oh no. Hawk fans are nice, I think, but
Well, it's kind of weird. Like, some people are attracted to meanness. Or, like,
it also comes with the sport because it.
yeah, but sports aside, like, people are, like,
Oh, yeah.
there are people that are just, like, attracted to, like, people that are mean for some reason.
That is
It's
true.
It's pretty weird.
Yeah, they like it rough and rowdy.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
There, I got spicy.
Jackson got spicy with
A
the
little too
rough and rowdy
spicy for
talk.
Jackson.
I think we might. I'm not feeling a certain direction right now, but I feel like maybe go to some stock questions. You
Yeah.
know the stock questions.
Stock questions, like actual like financial stocks.
No.
Oh.
Like what we have like
Oh yeah,
preloaded.
Go
you
ahead,
know?
guys.
A little marshmallow time, Jackson.
Oh, those. I thought you meant like financial. I was
Yeah.
like, let's get into NVIDIA.
Oh wow.
You want me to start with mine?
Yeah.
All right, so we always start. We got our 2 questions. So mine that I've coined is, how do you like your marshmallow cooked?
It's a really important question,
It is. It tells a lot about a person.
and I personally like them golden brown.
Score 1 for the golden brown.
I think if you're charring them,
That's what I do. I set
yeah.
that joint on fire.
I just can't agree with it. I can't get behind that. It's like you get that bitterness, that bitter charred taste, but you do get the gooey inside. But if you're gonna have a marshmallow, have it be sweet. Why not? Like bittersweet just doesn't make any sense.
Just use 2 lumps of chocolate then. To get
I mean, yeah, you could compensate with the chocolate or the graham cracker, but
And then
I think really
drizzle in honey.
golden brown's where it's at, 100%.
Jackson going mask the char with some chocolate and graham cracker
Yeah.
cookie.
It's a technique.
But hey, score 1 for the golden brown, the
I'm
slow
also-
roasters.
I'm not patient, so I like it done.
Yeah. Hey,
No,
you do you, man.
Yeah, you do you, but also I'm feeling score 1 for the slow roasters.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause-
Slow roast.
What is this, coffee bean?
ooh. But it's funny that you're talking about like if you get the char, you get the gooiness. But if you do a slow golden brown roast, you also have some nice gooiness.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta flip it over. I like to flip it over to the other side and then make sure.
You don't just like rotate the stick.
I mean, I rotate the stick, but then I also flip the marshmallow itself.
Oh,
Yeah.
he like takes it off, puts it back on.
Yeah,
Actually.
on the other side.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I just put the whole thing in the fire until I like.
Oh, that's the char
It's-
style, dude.
Well,
What
no,
are you
it's
doing?
like a
Dark side?
quick. No, it's like a quick little
Okay.
like swing.
Swing
Swing maneuver.
The
Yeah.
swing through.
Yeah.
A flash fry.
Yeah, it's a technique. It's you gotta work at it to get mastered.
I'm loving it. Not only is it the slow roast or the swing, it's the slow roast swing.
Yeah, it's how you get that golden brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hard pivot. Meaning
Okay.
of life. You got any wisdom to share?
I guess
What is the meaning of life?
if you would have asked me that a couple years ago, my answer would have been completely different. But currently in this day and age, for me, I think doing what makes you happy, whether that is something that's going to make you a lot of money or if it's not going to make you a lot of money, if it puts a smile on your face and it allows you to live a fulfilling life, then do it. I think that's where you're going to find true meaning in your life. I think relationships with people that mean a lot to you, I think that's a huge meaning to life.
Yeah. Fulfillment, dude. I like that. Fulfilling.
Yeah, and I guess just living in the moment. Mindfulness. I think you never, and this is gonna sound real extreme, but you never know when your last day is on Earth, and so I think enjoying it while you're here is the best way to do it. Best way to go about it.
Yeah. So I'm curious about, you said a couple of years ago it'd be a different answer.
Yeah.
Could you maybe walk us through that answer, what you think that answer would have been?
Yeah, so a couple years back, I actually was in college trying to become a financial advisor. I was going to school for finance. I went to Iowa State, and I was pretty much dead set on just making a shitload of money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't really care about anything but that.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I don't want to make money now, but it's something that I kind of moved away from. I think money, it can buy you happiness. It can buy a certain amount of happiness, but eventually it becomes detrimental to your health and mindset. And I think doing things just for the money is going to ultimately lead to disappointment in the end. So
Yeah.
I think money is not the only goal that people should have in life. I think there's more to it than money. So that's where I get to doing what makes you happy and fulfilling. So
Yeah, and if you don't have the right people around you, the people you want around you to share those resources with.
yeah,
like,
if you're rich and lonely, like
That's no fun.
yeah, it's miserable. I feel like that'd be like the most miserable thing.
And I feel like, what?
that's no fun.
No,
yeah,
I mean,
Doesn't sound too exciting. But like, yeah, doing what you love first versus seeking the money first, the money will come. If you like what you do and you're good at it, the money will follow.
yeah.
Like
Amen to that.
you put in the time, you enjoy what you're doing, it'll come.
Yeah.
But you'll be happy first.
So this is kind of spawning us spinning.
Spawn out.
Oh
Like
dang!
Pokemon.
Or any
Or Fortnite.
Yeah, any freaking
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Spawning / maybe spinning us into an interesting tangent here of Jelly Roll. Y'all know the musical artist Jelly Roll?
I've heard.
I just saw a TikTok of him today getting a haircut in jail.
Oh,
Like-
Jelly Roll. It's a single person, right?
Yeah. Like that's his stage name.
Yeah,
he's a nice
I've
dude.
heard of him.
He's cool.
I'm not like super familiar though.
Yeah, I think he used to be a rapper
Okay.
and now he's like kind of a country artist.
Yeah.
But he's like 38 or 39 years old, or like he's up there. He was last year, but he won like the Country Music Awards like Newcomer of the Year.
Okay.
And he's like, if I can be 39 years old and like I'm winning this Newcomer Award,
Yeah.
and he's been a musician for 15, 20
Yeah.
years, whatever it's been. It's like it's not an overnight success Newcomer type thing. And he said like, the windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror.
That's
facts.
that's a very good way to look at it.
Yeah, and just again, like thinking about how long he's been working at it, and he's a newcomer, approaching the age of 40, and it's like, maybe he wasn't a very good musician early in his career, but he's been staying with it and developing,
Working on it, yeah.
Yeah, and his big song last year, which is like his breakthrough song, was like, I only talk to God when I need a favor. And it's like kind of like Nickelback, it has that kind of like country rock, like edgy,
Sad.
like
I heard that song.
but it is like, I do like the song. And
I'm gonna have to give Jelly Roll a little listen.
Yeah, I'm not like the hugest fan, but I do like what he's doing for the culture of like, helping us think a little bit more.
Yeah.
I was watching some shorts about him and his interviews lately.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah,
He
and
likes to give hugs. He's cool.
right. Yeah, and he's
A
just like,
hugger.
he's like, oh man, Jesus hung out with prostitutes. Like we need to go. He's like, we need to like be accepting of everyone.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
funny.
He's cool. And kind of going on like you can start later in life. I've seen like the posts where it, like lists all the famous people that like have started their careers later. I forgot who are some of them, but like I feel like Morgan Freeman didn't start acting till he was like 60 or something.
Actually?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's also probably why we all think he looks the same age.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But
Yeah.
he didn't, and he's like the voice of like if like the world was to be narrated, he would voice the world. Like he's iconic, and he started when he was like 60. Like it's never too late. You probably know more people.
Well, Morgan Freeman is one I hear a lot of people reference, but also like Michael Scott. I mean, Steve Carell, playing Michael Scott in The Office. Like The Office was like his big breakthrough. Like,
But he was old. He was old.
Yeah, he was a middle-aged guy. He was 40, 45, whatever. Maybe he was in his 30s, but still, it's like he wasn't like 20 or 25.
spy guy.
Yeah, he was an established actor. And he'd been working in obscurity, and then all of a sudden he's part of like one of the biggest American TV shows we've ever had.
There's this influencer I follow on Instagram. His name's Gary V,
Oh,
and he has some very inspirational stuff that he puts on like every day. but he didn't start making content until like at least like he was like in his mid 30s.
Yeah.
And now he's got like 10 million followers on Instagram. Like he's big time, and so there's really no ceiling to success.
It's funny to like talk about Gary Vee because like our Gritty Fish demographic, I imagine your demographic too with Stormy Project, is like young males mostly. Like I think like men or males aged like 18 to 45 is like most of our viewers.
That's exactly mine too. Because I just recently started getting analytics on my videos, and I was looking at my demographic. Yeah, and it's from 18 to 35.
Yeah,
it's like my bulk of my audience.
So I imagine like a lot of them are going to know Gary Vee, so it's like preaching to the choir in a certain way, but also it is like I know he is inspirational for a lot of people, so it's like, you know, maybe it is worth checking him out if you don't know about him.
Yeah, I mean it's just something that like I think if you're going to be scrolling on social media all the time, you might as well have some motivational stuff come to your mind a little bit, I guess. I think if you're into that type of thing, do it. But if you're not, you don't have to listen to it. That's
right.
fine.
Yeah, it's funny because like to me, Gary Vee is like a little bit too much like a grind set.
Yeah.
You know, like
No, I can see how it'd be put it off.
Yeah. But again, like it's not that that's like the worst thing. Like I don't think that's bad. I think he is good for like motivation and inspiration.
Yeah, that's fair.
But he is very like, you know, go get yours, like rise and grind.
I mean, there are some times where he posts and I'm like, all right, buddy. Like,
All right, buddy.
All right, buddy. Like, we're good on that.
Buddy.
So we're down over there.
Buddy Gary, we love you, dude. Don't worry.
Nah, we do. Much love, much love.
Nice guy.
Great guy.
All right, Pat. So we talked about Chicago. We talked about Iowa. We're here in North Carolina. Would you mind just maybe narrating some of this journey? It sounds like you've had some interesting moves. And
I've been around a little bit. So I grew up in Illinois, Naperville, for the first 18 years of my life. And I ran track from middle school all the way up until college. And I didn't end up running in college because I got injured. But it was a huge part of my life. I was a really big track athlete. I loved it.
What was your event of choice?
400 and 800 were my main events. I ran the mile occasionally, but 4 and 8 were my bread and butter.
That's spicy.
Love some middle distance.
Very painful races.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very painful.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. And so I moved to Iowa because the reason why I chose Iowa is because my brother, shout out Nick.
What's up, Nick?
Shout out Nick. Yeah, he was going to Iowa State, and I was deciding where I wanted to go, and I was going to originally run for a D3 school, but when I got injured, I was like, this isn't it. Like, I'm not going to be able to do this anymore. And so that's why I chose to go to something kind of familiar, but kind of a big school environment. Iowa State's obviously like 30,000 students, so it was a pretty big environment, and I liked it. I mean, I loved Ames. The first 2 years were really fun, and then obviously COVID hit. That wasn't as fun.
Some COVID college, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite.
Dang.
Yeah. I mean, I did have at one point a huge passion for finance, and I think COVID definitely put it off for me because I was doing a lot on my own, learning a lot of stuff on my own when I would really be learning it from a professor, and it was just kind of like I lost interest a little bit. So
okay,
yeah. So then I went to Iowa State for 4 years, and then upon graduation, my parents were actually relocating from Illinois to North Carolina because my dad, he was a 3rd and 4th grade teacher for 33 years.
Shout out to Dad. Shout out
Chris.
To all the teachers. Thank you for what you do.
Yeah. You're not getting paid enough. We're gonna try to get that figured out though at some point.
Yeah.
I don't have any control over that.
I mean, but we're still working.
I say that like I have control.
we support the movement.
We do. So yeah, they relocated to North Carolina, and I wanted to be near them, and I wanted to be near my mom's side of the family, who also moved out to North Carolina, and here I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, I'm trying to like make sure the connections are either there or it's not there.
I mean, let me know if I'm missing something.
No, all good. Yeah. But like Outer Banks was just a vacation spot, and
yeah.
then eventually your mom's side moved here, and then your parents moved
here.
I
mean, we were always kind of drawn here. Like, my parents always wanted to move out here.
Okay.
Ever since, like, going to the Outer Banks. Like, they were going to the Outer Banks when I was, like, 3 or 4. Like, I mean, I was like, or no, I actually went, when I was, like, a newborn, they were still going every year. So, like, every year they went, and it was just, they were drawn to it, so why not?
I wonder what the original kind of like attraction was. It was like, we're gonna go here from 1,000 miles away.
It was the ocean. I mean,
Okay.
if you ask my mom, it was the ocean. My dad, he loved Chicago. He's a diehard Bears fan.
Oh, dude,
So
love Bears.
if we had it his way, he'd probably be still in Illinois. But yeah, he's Chicago blood for sure. And but yeah, he came out here. He's still repping the Bears out here, so that's good. It's good.
Wilmington's a funny place that it has so many people from different.
It's a melting pot.
A lot of Pittsburgh Pirates, Pittsburgh Steelers,
Yeah.
New England Patriots, Yankees, Pirates.
The Northerners.
Mets,
It's an invasion.
Yeah, a lot of Red Sox. Yeah, it's funny, and then there is a good Chicago contingency.
Padres.
We should talk about Padres for.
Same as like.
San Diego.
Well, there are some Californians.
There's a lot more California flavor here than I anticipated.
Yeah, because they're moving out from that higher living cost.
Right.
So.
And then there's like decent surf culture here too. So if you like that,
definitely.
Nice.
Jackson.
Jackson.
About the elephant in the room.
What's that, Jackson?
You know.
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Travis.
Because we mentioned, you asked us how the concert went. This is the guy I went with.
Me.
Yeah, we went to see Travis in October. I think October 19th. No big deal.
It was sick.
It was insane.
Experience of a lifetime for sure.
Yes.
In Raleigh, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
It was, it was the first big concert I've ever been to. And I still relive it in my head because it was so surreal. Like the lighting, the atmosphere, and it was just electric. And I wouldn't have. If I could do it again, I would, because it was so fun.
Oh, we'll do it again.
Yeah, we should.
Oh, we'll do it again.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did either of you catch Travis Scott on Saturday Night Live this past week?
No.
Y'all know about that?
No.
I didn't know about it until.
He's been on there before too.
Oh, yeah.
It's not his first time.
Okay.
I've seen like clips of it and stuff.
Okay.
When he performed My Eyes, he performed My Eyes on it.
I could see My Eyes being
Yeah.
performed, because it's like kind of singy.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard My Eyes?
I don't know that song.
Okay, you're definitely gonna have to listen to it. 'Cause
Okay.
if you guys haven't heard My Eyes,
Check it out.
give it a listen because
Yeah.
it has like a huge change up in
That's
the
my
middle of it,
favorite
and it's insane.
album.
So yeah.
This is his new song off the most recent album.
Yeah,
Okay. How recent is his most recent album?
from the summer.
Okay. Like
No, it was. I think it was like fall, right? Or no?
It
was summer. You're right. Yeah, it was summer.
I was out shark fishing when it came out, and I stayed up to it. I was on the beach at 12, and then it came out, and then I left at 12 and rode home and started listening to it.
Oh yeah.
So that's my
Nice.
memory from opening night.
Yeah, my memory's terrible. So.
Shark fishing and Travis Scott.
It was
that's a
cool.
vibe.
Yeah, I
That
didn't
is-
catch anything, but I was like, And then I remember getting home, just putting it on the Alexa and just bumping it, and I was like, this is insane. This is history.
You were getting goosebumps, I imagine.
I was. I remember rounding the curve on Dow Road with Meltdown going like, tee-ta, tee-ta.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
I don't think there's any other artist that's given me goosebumps more than Travis Scott.
Yeah.
So he really lives up to that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm not the super fan you guys are,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I do have a very particular Travis Scott phase of my life, which
Really?
was in 2018, Astroworld came out, and Hurricane Florence had just hit Wilmington, and to me,
that was brutal too.
yeah, it was not
That
great.
was the juicy one.
That was a juicy bad juice. That's
Didn't MJ come back to help clean up?
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or he
maybe.
sent a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'm sure he's part of some kind of cleanup effort, whether it was financially or he came back to do something. But anyway, with all that cleanup and just recovery, I was playing a lot of Astro World, Astro Thunder. There's a song. I love that song.
And
so much.
it's really good song.
Yeah,
Very good song.
And yeah, it reminds me of that fall of 2018.
Yep.
Which was also for me in grad school, that was the cohort that I started with. That was our last year. So
Really?
I stuck on for a few extra years, but all my friends that I started school with, that was their last fall semester.
That's
So it has that feeling, nostalgia.
That vibe.
That's
Yeah.
probably how we remember it, because I remember Astroworld from fall 2018. Well, freshman year, I was actually going to school in Illinois, so I remember it from that. I mean, that was probably one of the best years of my life, or the most fun years of my life. So that's Astroworld is.
Yeah, Astroworld came out senior year of high school, like going into freshman year. Yeah, it was like that in between, and yeah, it was a weird form of my life because I was like unsure on what I was even gonna do, and yeah, I remember listening to Stargazing a lot. That was like a staple.
We watched that the video on Stargazing the other day.
Yeah, Stargazing music video is hard.
Out. Yeah, it's
very hard.
Super cool.
Well, Travis Scott doesn't really need our help with plugs, but hey,
No.
we got you, Travis.
We
We're
got
plugging you all day.
We're definitely send the new merch, and I'm excited about April 4th. Definitely gonna see if I can make a cop a hat or something. So yeah.
Speaking of merch, what's the deal with you guys and going on with the merch ideas? Because I know you guys released merch. I didn't bring it with me, but I did win the giveaway.
Oh yeah.
Hey, totally random. How did that happen?
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's honestly, I'm seeing big things for these guys at Gritty Fish. Yeah, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big for them.
Yo, we solved the green screen riddle, so y'all watch out. We're taking over.
Yeah.
There could be jellies floating.
There literally could be jellies. There could be some sort of sea critter behind us right now. Yeah.
Or just like Travis just jamming. Just like,
Oh, we're actually at a Travis Scott
concert.
right?
We could just switch it up right now.
oh
Yeah.
shoot, the switch up.
The switch up goes crazy, bro.
Jackson, you got him on the eye contact there.
Yeah,
Got a little
really.
whoop whoop. So you teased that you would reveal about the Pit Vipers earlier. I feel like maybe it's time to.
So the Pit Vipers came out probably a year into how I started the Storming Project. I guess I could probably go into what the Storming Project even is.
I'm ready for another story time.
Okay, so the Stormy Project is Rocket League content, basically. And it's a push to... Rocket League, if you don't know what that is, it's car soccer. And it's a very competitive game.
On video games.
It's a video game, yeah, it's a video game. And very competitive. I've been playing it since 2016 off and on, but I didn't start taking it kind of serious until last 3 years maybe. And I had a buddy of mine actually say to me, like, hey man, like you spend a lot of time on this, like why don't you try to make your hobby some sort of business? And that's when I started streaming it, and I was doing it pretty much every night for months. And I started developing a small fan base and decided, okay, what's the next step to grow it? And I needed to set myself apart from other people that are doing the same thing as me, because there's thousands of people doing exactly what I'm doing. So what can I do to set myself aside from them? I put the Pit Vipers on. I was like, okay, it's going. We're gonna have to do something different. Let's go. Dive into it. And I started putting content out on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. If you guys give me a follow, I appreciate that.
Well,
The Stormy P.
What's the handle?
The Stormy P.
The Stormy P.
All one word.
All one word, no underscores.
No
the
underscore.
Stormy P.
Yeah.
Jellyfish. Like that.
Jellyfish, yeah. Look for the jellyfish.
When in doubt, look for the jelly.
Yeah.
Even keep your eyes peeled for some jelly bucks, maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Is that still a thing?
That is a currency on my stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Left cashed out.
Yeah. Shout out, Lef. You're day one fan. Shout out to all the guys that are watching me every night. Stormski, Bailu, Razzie. There's so many people I can name.
Gotta love some specific name drops.
No,
That's
but
a true fan
they're like
appreciation.
very they're very dedicated.
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate you guys. I really do. If you guys are watching this, thank you.
Yeah, it's funny how like fan culture works that way. In that, I recently learned a band I've heard on the radio is a Wilmington band.
Okay.
And like I realized, I think they're played on the radio here because they won Battle of the Bands recently. So it's like, oh, we're gonna take this song that you won with and like play it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh yeah, they're on the radio, they're famous, like they're all across the country. But I don't think that's the case. I think they're still like,
Famous here.
there's still like a Wilmington, you know, like they're grinding it out on the circuit here.
Yeah.
Even though like their song it rocks. I think it's called Backdoor. The band is called The Queen's Giant.
Okay.
And like Queen. Yeah, like the song rocks, you know, it's rock and roll, it's a little bit of blues, like a little bit of funk in there, but it's a really good song. And as I was looking for them on the internet, like some of the links were broken and old and like it's no longer active. So I went to their social media, and some of their social media stuff said like the big band you like now, like that everyone knows, like started out as a local, like small town band. Like, so support that. And it's like thinking about like, you know, supporting different creators and artists. It's like
everyone starts at small places,
right?
Very humble beginnings.
Yeah, like even if you have like famous parents who like get you the stuff, like if you're a true artist, you still have that alone time where you're like working on your craft by yourself.
100%.
So 100%. It is fascinating how I was thinking of like this band and like, you know, their potential rise coming up and like, you know, these smaller like artists and creators. And it's like, oh yeah, I supported them when I was like the 12th follower or whatever. And it's like now they have 3 million, or, you know, even if it's not 3 million, but it's like, oh yeah, they have like thousands of followers. Like there's some random dudes all over the country and chicks who's like, oh yeah, I have 90,000 followers on YouTube. And like, you know, that's like their income and that's their livelihood. Yeah. It's crazy how our culture has gone that way.
Yeah, I mean, content's a huge thing.
Yeah.
People think it's like, it's just social media, it's a waste of time, people shouldn't be spending, and I agree, people shouldn't be spending as much time on it. But I think content specifically geared to help people or to provide some sort of inspiration or entertainment or some sort of brightness to people's day, I think that's very important. I think if you're putting good vibes out to people, because nowadays everyone's super negative. There's a lot of negativity going around. We live in a dark world. Yeah. And I think if you can bring light to that, I think that's important. I think
be the light.
Be the light.
Be the light. Be the light. But yeah, like connection, you know, like it's one thing to just be vain and be like, oh, here's my selfie, here's this trip I took, here's that, and just share yourself. But it's also like the connection of social media and the connection of the art and the content where it's making and exchanging.
Yeah, a sense of community, a sense of belonging.
Yeah. Yeah. It is crazy, and that's like something I think that is positive about fan cultures. It's like, oh, I like Star Wars, and like, oh, I'm in this random little tiny town in Nebraska or Iowa or, you know, West Texas, where it's like a town of 300 people. Not many people your age maybe, but it's like, oh, I love Star Wars, and I'm going to go online and find other fans. Yeah. And, you know, you can find your fans in London and South America and Australia and Japan and Africa, and it's like, oh, there is this community that we can connect.
It's cool. It really is cool.
Yeah. And, you know, talk about like the darkness of the world and technology, but also like the internet also allows us to network in ways.
It's not all bad.
That we weren't able to.
No.
It's not all bad.
It's juicy.
It's lit.
It's juice.
It's lit. All right. Again, we don't need to give Travis Scott way more plugs, but I'm curious what y'all talking about. Cactus juice or cactus, whatever.
It's his hard seltzer. It's called Cacti. I was doing some research. So Anheuser-Busch dropped him in 2021. They were a supplier, or that's who he was distributed by. They dropped him when the Astroworld tragedy hit in 2021. So now it's hard to get. And I was really curious because, like, I went on the website, definitely not during class, and like the website was kind of dumb. I'm not gonna lie. Like he could definitely do a way better website because you like go in and it says, "Are you 21?" I'm pretty sure a 2-year-old could say yes. Like use it yes. I mean
legally he's got to put that. I think.
Right. Yes.
But you don't even enter your birthday. So I was like, all right, cool. Let me add to cart. Boom. You know, $24 for like regular White Claw pack is like 12 cases, whatever that is. You know, it's 4 flavors, I think 3 each. So yeah, 12 drinks, 4 different juicy flavors. And so it was like $24. Then it was like $20 in shipping. So it was like $45 for freaking 12 seltzers. I was like, I'm good, bro. Like, I like you.
You're not buying the seltzers. You're buying the brand.
Yeah. Right.
And it's like, yeah, if I was having like a party, sure, maybe I'd load up on a few, but
that is maybe the problematic side of like fan culture, because it's like, why are you spending $45 on 12 drinks? When
but
it's
I
like,
didn't buy that.
Yeah, right. No, but somebody is, and it's like, all right.
Because I was like, well, let me see if there's some local joints that sell it, and it was like, no.
Yeah.
But Happy Dads are local, or they have some Happy Dads now distributed.
I don't think Nelk needs any plugs either, though.
Well,
I think they're doing just fine.
Dude,
the Nelk Boys.
So funny.
But honestly, the Nelk Boys, they were very. I'm not saying they're not entertaining now, but they were at one point some of the funniest guys I've watched on YouTube.
They were hilarious.
They still are hilarious. They're pretty reckless, but I think some of the things they do, I mean, no one else. Now. Yeah, no one else is doing stuff like
they're
that. So.
30, like two, like hanging out, like some college kids just getting lit every day.
Getting stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nelk is funny. I was thinking about them in the past day or so of like some, you know, again, like young men will be like, oh yeah, Nelk, and then but there's still gonna be so many millions of people who are just like, who are you? Like
Yeah,
old
100%.
people like don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Probably like,
But people
Yeah.
walk into Trader Joe's with Happy Dad shirts.
oh yes.
It's crazy. And I'm just like, dang, that's a huge brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think anyone who builds a brand like that, they're smart, in my book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also thinking about like the trends of like different, you know, algorithmic suggestions and whatnot. Like Nick Nayersina was suggested to me a lot like last year, and
Who's that?
I think he was associated with Nelk at one
Okay.
point. I don't know how deep he was in with them, but I think he like kind of branched off from them. But like he was able to build his platform because of his association with Nelk.
Yeah.
And like again, his content was just like suggested to me. I don't know why. It was probably just like, oh, you're a young man. Like
You're a young
yeah, like here's more content that guys like you, and you can talk about, you know,
dude stuff.
dude stuff, exactly.
Dude things.
So I did watch him a little bit just to kind of, you know, like see what that side of the internet
Why
was
it
like.
recommended to you.
What was that?
You wanted to see why it was recommended.
Yeah, and just, you know, it's like I don't know the guy, I don't hate the guy. He was like mildly entertaining. But then it's like it's not
Mildly.
suggested to me
Hopefully
anymore.
we're more entertaining people.
We're here.
We're here.
Trying.
We're out here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just funny. I was like, it was suggested to me,
Yeah.
and I clicked it, and then all of a sudden, it's like I haven't watched
Fell
him in
for
months.
the clickbait. Oldest trick in the book.
I mean, yeah, if you look up who he was dating at the time, you know, that might,
Who?
yeah, it might be a little too spicy for you, Jackson. Might be just a touch too spicy. I believe she goes by Sky Bree, or
I already like her. Her name's
Yeah.
Sky.
Yeah,
Like, that's a.
Yeah, she's
Skylar
cool.
Brienne or
What
something.
about it?
Yeah, just,
Wait, how do you
just,
know who
just
she
be
is?
careful about putting that in your search.
Yeah.
Too late. Already
Spice
dropped the
alert.
Too late, already got the follow. You're an
Spice
animal.
alert.
Do you got your spice-free zone over there, Jackson?
Yeah,
Did you?
I got the walls built.
You got the walls built, dude.
Fortress locked.
You got a
Yeah.
little window to peek through when
Yeah,
you
I'm just
need.
like-
Get the slide.
Yeah, just like anyone
Oh my
home.
gosh. All right. I feel like we've had a nice, productive chat. Jackson, are you okay with meeting your family friends? Do you need to run
Yeah,
or bolt or
Yeah,
anything?
mom texted me.
Okay.
So we'll
Okay.
see what happens.
Let's wrap it up then.
We'll wrap it
Uh,
up. Yeah.
No,
Any what? Huh?
we talked about everything. Now's the easy part. Browse the sales, see what you're gonna take home.
Who? What?
Holiday
Wait,
movie
what?
one.
No, I'm just kidding. That's what they say on Complex.
Who?
Is sneaker shopping. Like that.
Who am I taking on? Like, are you talking about like sneakers? Like,
yeah, like they'll be in a sneaker shop and they'll like ask like whoever the guest is, and they'll be like, "All right, talked about everything. Now's the easy part. Now you get to see what you're gonna take home and buy."
oh yeah. I'm not buying anything tonight.
No.
We put our credit cards away, keep them tucked into our wallet, protect
Yeah.
our.
We're on that budget.
Financial planner over here always tells me not to buy stuff, so he
We're
gives
working
good,
on
He
it.
gives good advice.
We're working on that.
Yeah,
We're on that budget. We're not going into debt over sneakers. We might be going into debt over Pokemon. To be determined.
TBD. A little bit of both.
The raid passes might be
They're adding
inching
up.
their way into the budget.
The raid passes.
This week's gonna be bad on my wallet with raids and Call of Duty skins and just oh man, yeah.
It's gonna get expensive.
Oh yeah.
Pay no attention to the Jackson behind the curtain.
Uh-huh.
In case you're, I don't know, Jackson's mom. But anyway,
Maybe she didn't make it this far in the video.
maybe not. I feel like she might not be watching as much lately.
That's fine.
I'm very curious, like if she's gonna specifically reference these moments. It's like, nope, I watched it all,
I'll be like,
or if she doesn't watch anymore.
One would say.
Shout out to the moms. How about that?
Yeah,
Oh,
shout out.
We're all mama's boys out here. We love our moms. Yo, Pat, thank you so much for being
Yeah, I
here.
appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it.
Seriously, thank you guys for having me.
This is
great
good
to be on
sesh.
here.
Good sesh, y'all. Until
down.
next time.